Hi guys and welcome back, or you might be here for the first time, so if you are, welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be looking at the necessary tools needed to do kitchen worktops. It's something that I've neglected to do in my kitchen worktop videos, so if you've come here from my worktop videos, thank you for clicking on this one. But yeah, I've never really talked in detail about the tools needed. So I've got a collection of tools here. I've probably forgot some bits, so I know there's a lot of carpenters that watch my channel, so if I have forgot anything, go down in the comments and have a little look there, because I've got a great community here that will help out with stuff. Now, one thing just to get out of the way really quickly, a lot of the tools that you're going to see on the table here are supplied by Trend, and that's purely because I reached out to them and asked them to supply stuff so I could do this video for you guys. They're not paying me, they're just a great supporter of the channel, and if I need stuff, they do help out. So yeah, not being paid to do any of this, but they have supplied a lot of the stuff so I could do this video for you guys. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to bring you guys in closer and I'm going to run through these tools with you. Like I said, I'll probably have missed a couple of bits here, so check the comments because there's a great community down there. Right, let's get in and I'll show you what we've got. Okay guys, so the first tools we're going to look at here are arguably probably the most important tool here. And they're going to be the routers themselves. Now I've got two on the bench here, as you can see, because I just wanted to give you guys a couple of options, because there's a lot of difference in these. But on the right, on my right over here, your left, I've got my Trend T14. Now this is a very expensive router, but it's lovely. It's my preferred router to do this because it's got a serious amount of power and it does the job flawlessly. On my left, your right over here, I've got the Trend T10, which is a lot cheaper router. It is coming to the end of its life now, and I believe this has been replaced with the T12, but you'll have to fact check me on that one. But you can still pick this one up anywhere from sort of 200 to 300 pounds. This one over here is more the £500–600. So there's a lot of difference there, but it just shows you that a cheaper router like this will do the job, as long as it's got enough power. Now this one over here is putting out about 2,000 watt. This one over here is putting out 2,300 watt. So that's why this one's my preferred choice. It's just got a lot more grunt to do this job. Now you can go down below this to about 1,800. I wouldn't go any lower than that because you do need a serious amount of heft to get through these worktops. So yeah, try and get yourself a router about the 1,800 to 2,000 mark. That'll do the job nicely. It does need to be a 1/2 inch router. A little 1/4 inch router is not going to work for this, unfortunately. Now to go inside of these, you're going to need one of these. I've got two here, obviously, because I've got two routers, but this is a 30mm guide bush, and this is really important because this is what's going to run along our worktop jig, which I'll show you in a minute. And then coupled with that, we are going to need a decent 1/2 inch router cutter. This has got a 2 inch depth of cut on this one. You can see they get supplied in packs of 3. You can buy them singly, but for me it just makes sense to buy them in a pack of 3. So there's everything that you're going to need routing wise. These little guide bushings just simply screw into the bottom of the router, and then obviously the cutter itself needs to go into the router as well. Okay, so the next tool we're going to look at is going to be a track saw. Now, it doesn't have to be a track saw to do this. You can get away with a skill saw and something like a spirit level to use as a straight edge. It's just a track saw makes a lot of sense for this. It's the ideal tool, really. In this, I would always recommend, with every bit of worktop, every worktop you do, sorry, not every bit of worktop, with every worktop, get yourself a new blade in there because it's just going to give you a cleaner cut. If you are using a skill saw and a straight edge, always make sure you're cutting from the bottom of the worktop up so your chip out is effectively on the underside of the worktop. Track saw with a decent blade, you should be fine to cut the right way up, but where possible, always make sure you're cutting upside down, just for belt and braces. Okay, so next on our list of tools is going to be our worktop jig. Now this is just as important as the skill saw and the router and everything else, because this is what's going to give us our dog leg to do that. It's also going to give us our bolt holes, which you're going to put your worktop connecting bolts in, but I'll come back to these in a moment. So yeah, this really is the thing that's going to make everything look really good. Now, if you want to check out some videos on how to do these, I'll link up in the top corner and in the description. some videos on how to do square edged worktops and how to do a mason's mitered worktop, so a worktop with a round over on the front of it. In conjunction with the worktop itself, it comes supplied with these little pegs here that hopefully you guys can see. These just go into the various locations on the jig itself. Now, I'm a nightmare for losing these. You can lose these, obviously, because, you know, they're not attached to the actual jig themselves. So you can get replacements of these. Just make sure that they're going to fit with the jig that you use. But yeah, worktop jig is another must. Okay, moving on from the worktop jig itself is going to be a decent set of clamps. You're going to need 2 of these at least, sometimes maybe 3, but you're definitely going to need 2 of these just to hold that jig in place and make sure nothing slips around when you're routing. You really don't want that jig to move whilst you're routing. So yeah, decent set of clamps is very important for this job. Okay, so I'm going to blast through a couple of quick little easy tools here that you should have at home, to be honest. You might not, but these are the cheaper items that you're going to need. You're going to need to get yourself a mastic gun for when you joint up the worktops. You're going to want to put a bead of silicone or something along them lines. I choose to use silicone. It's not for everyone, but that's what I use. Obviously, a tape measure and, I forgot, a pencil. These are, you know, these are the most important tools for carpentry in general, if you ask me. But yeah, pencil and a tape measure are going to be very important tools to use for this. Get yourself a mallet with a soft rubber face on it. This one in here has got a hard face and a soft face. Soft face is going to be used for just gently tapping these worktops to get them in line. Now, while we're talking about getting stuff in line, you can see over here, I spoke to you guys about these worktop bolts earlier. These are the zip bolt type that Trend supply, and with them come biscuits. Not digestive biscuits, unfortunately, but woodworking biscuits. So they come with them, and what they help to do is to line everything up. Now, I don't tend to use them. I tend to use my Festool Domino, but obviously this is a very expensive tool and well overkill for it, so I wouldn't recommend going to buy one of them. What I have over here is a very, very cheap biscuit jointer. This one isn't the best one in the world, admittedly. Trend, if you want to send me a better one, I won't complain. But yeah, just a cheap and cheerful biscuit jointer. Like I said, them bolts come with biscuits anyway, so a biscuit jointer is going to be your friend with this, with helping with lining up the 2 worktops to make sure that you haven't got a lip on there. And you can still use your little mallet to tap, tap, tap and get everything nice and flat. Now, if you haven't got a biscuit jointer, but you have got the router over here, we can see, you can get biscuit jointing router cutters like I've got here. Yet again, supplied by Trend. It comes in a nice little packet. This will do the same job as that biscuit jointer. So yeah, well worth having a look at them if you haven't got a biscuit jointer. Okay guys, so there you have it. There's just my little rundown of tools that you're going to need to do worktops. Like I said, I probably have forgot some bits here, so check that comments, because honestly, a great little community of subscribers I've got down there. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, because there are going to be some more specialist worktop things that I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to be doing follow-up videos on them. We're going to be doing how to do drainer grooves in worktops and bits and pieces like that. So we're going to be covering quite a lot. But they'll be coming in future videos. So yeah, get yourself subscribed if you're not, because I'm going to be putting out a lot of worktop content. So hold tight for that. But yeah, I'm going to say a massive thank you to my YouTube members. They're the names of the awesome people that you can see down here at the moment. But I'm going to leave this one there, guys. If you got anything from this video at all, please hit that like button for me. It really helps me out and the algorithm and get noticed and everything else. But I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I've linked up videos for you guys if you want to see how to do jointing and how to fit worktops in general, how to put worktop edging on, everything. It's all down there. There's a playlist on the channel called Kitchen Worktops. Go and check that out. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.